We're back.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Okay, good to know there's a little delay. So,
Yes, I still have 3, 2,
yeah,
1.
we're good to go.
We
Oh,
are. Sunday.
I'm buzzing.
You are buzzing
I am.
today.
I'm like I was last Sunday.
You're like, ooh.
Yeah.
You're like spiritual Red Bull.
It's funny you say that because I was driving by Sonic the other day and it says Sonic, no, Red Bull shakes or Red Bull smoothies. I'm like, what?
Probably they're icy things that they have.
Yeah. I'm like, oh my goodness gracious. But anyways, it has nothing to do with
Just
anything.
meditate.
So,
That's all you need.
so. Okay, so we changed the format this month. We thought we'd make it a little more interactive. And we decided together with our spirit team to do the card pulls. Let me get into the comment thing here. Okay. Good morning. Somebody says good morning.
Good
And
morning.
again, if we did not, I'm going to just backtrack a little bit. If you did not click on the StreamYard link to add your name, it's like you have to give them permission. Your name's not going to show up when you comment. Your comments will show up, but your name will not. So when you say hello or good morning, just say, your first name. Good morning, Jen. Good morning, Michelle. You don't have to say good morning to us, but you know what I'm saying.
We
I
can
mean,
say good
you
morning to
could.
us
You
too.
could. You're more than welcome to.
But you're the important one in this. They want to know your name.
Exactly. So, there's a Angie. Hello, yay! Good morning. Good morning. So a name did show up. Woohoo! So let us know where you're from. We always like to know where our connection is going and how far our outreach is because that's what this is about.
Let's see what comments. I'm going to change this. I can see them on my page. I pulled it up. There we
Okay.
go. We've got some good mornings. Like Maria is, I can see. I wonder if it's on, maybe that's what's not showing up. Good morning. I can see some on my page, so I'll look in there too. We'll figure this out.
Angie is from Oklahoma.
I almost wear my hat today.
All right. So our new format is we're going to allow Spirit to choose our topic. And how are we going to do that? Through our Oracle card decks. And we decided right before we came on that we're going to be a little more specific with our use of Oracle cards for today. And we're also going to be doing some free readings for everybody. Well, not everybody, as many people as we can. So hang on. We're only going to jibber jabber for about 15, 20 minutes. And then we're going to jump right in and start pulling cards for people. So if you're with us live and we get to that point, just let us know that you would like a message and both of us will pick a card. So you'll get 2 cards per one message.
It's a beautiful tandem of how that goes together.
Yeah. And I'm excited because this is the first time I'm using my new light stream cards together with Jen's deck.
I have yours here too, just for
We
the
haven't
energy.
done that yet.
No, we haven't.
So get ready for some magic.
Mm-hmm.
Magic. So what did we decide before we got on that we're going to
We always talk, we will chat beforehand, and we decided that you are the stars of our show. We might be sitting here talking, but we're here because you called us in. And so in that realm, we decided to talk about healing and how you are the healer, how to remember and how to bring you back to the knowledge that no matter who you listen to, no matter what podcast you listen to, whatever show you paid for, whatever book you buy, you're the healer in your life. And so that's what we both decided, that when you show up here, you're the most important person in the room. Always. You should always be the most important person in the room. I am for me. Michelle is for her, but you are for you. And that we're going to talk about how you can use cards to get through those blocks and to get to the part where you are healing yourself.
Yeah. That's part of the reason why I decided to start creating my own cards. And I would have to really say that even when I first started working with Oracle cards, they saved my life. They really did. They allowed me to heal myself. And when I saw the beautiful power that they instill and how they can allow us to come back to a beautiful place of self, I don't know why there's an echo. Do you hear that echo?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Sounds good here.
It kind of went away. It was
They're like
disconnecting.
putting it in. They're saying, yes, they're
They are.
resonating.
That was really bizarre because now it's gone. Okay. So, thank you for that, angels, for that
Mm.
interruption. Get back on track. So they really did save my life. And I just want to bring those healing powers to others. I want to show you how you can heal yourself because we are all healers. We're all healers. That's how we continue to move forward in life
Mhm.
is by healing ourselves.
Absolutely. And I feel like the misconceptions sometimes, for me, I'll only speak for me, growing up Roman Catholic, and an oracle card to me was a no-no. It was, you're not connecting with God. You're not connecting to Mother Mary, who am always wearing. You're not connecting to anything, but because it's always like false gods. That's part of the Catholic faith of like, you don't pray to a statue, right? You pray to the person. But that's what happens with the cards. You're not using the card, this piece of paper, for the message. You are breaking down the barriers that we put up many times between ourselves and what you want to say, spirit, God, any of your ascended masters, Jesus, Mary, whatever, whoever it is that you call in, that you feel unworthy of receiving their messages, that we put up this huge wall, right? And so this gets by it because it says, oh, I found an in for you to hear me again.
Yeah.
So that's the beauty of it. When people want to use, I know there's different views on it, like don't touch someone's cards, or I don't have a problem with that. I can clear my cards afterwards. I'd rather, if we are together, you pick a card. You use your energy, because I'm not the most important person in the room. You are. So use your energy and see what they have to say for you. Now, in this case, we have to do it for you because we can't hand over our cards, but you can get your own cards and then do it for yourself. Be your own oracle, right? You
Yeah.
say that.
Yeah, you are the
Yes.
best oracle.
Yes.
You are the one that is receiving the information. The card is just a tool to open up that gateway to allow that information to come through. And it was through writing my books and creating my cards that I actually have the best relationship with my higher power now than I ever have in my whole entire life. So it's a gateway to your angels and to spirit and to your higher power belief system, whether it's God or Buddha or the universe, whatever you want to call it. As
Right.
long as you have that focus, as long as you
Yes.
have that belief system, you're going to create a great connection.
Absolutely.
But
There
you
you
have to be
go.
consistent and keep doing the work, not just
Mhm.
when things are good or not just when things are bad, but when things are good.
Mhm.
Because when things are good and you continue doing the work, things get better.
Mhm.
Who doesn't want better?
I want better.
Right? I mean, if you're happy, could you imagine taking that happiness to a whole nother level? It's incredible. It's invigorating, and it allows you to become a magnet to bring in more of what it is you want into your life. So we could talk all day about why oracles are amazing, but let's just jump into the topic. And as you were talking, I shuffled and I picked the first card.
Shuffling.
So this is going to be part of our topic, which is kind of what we've already been talking about. This is card number 30. Let me get it focused.
Getting there, getting there.
Why is there
There
we
we
go.
go. Oh,
There we
that one
go.
again.
Yeah, this is the eagle, right? The
Mhm.
eagle is flying high with beams of light coming from his beak. And the words say, you create your interpretation of each experience before, during, and after it occurs. Think
Mhm.
about that for a minute. You have an event coming up, you have a class coming up, you have a test coming up. You're thinking about it. You're already imagining what it's going to be like, the anticipation of this next thing. You're thinking about it. How are you thinking about it? Are you creating it into a worry vortex, or are you creating it into a happy vortex, a successful vortex?
Mhm.
The anticipation, you're creating it. And then when you're there, you're creating it. And then when you're done, you continue to interpret what just happened. What is it that you're creating? And so you've got to find that consistency between those 3 points, between the before, the during, and the after. And that is what your experience is going to be like.
Mm-hmm.
End of
And
story.
that's the massive beauty of manifesting too, of how
Yes.
you go in with that. It's the feeling. Manifesting is the feeling. It's not paper. It's not words on paper. We loved it. And I love The Secret. I love the book. But like I did all the things, but I was off because I didn't understand that the feeling is what drove it.
The feeling is what drove it. And also, what happens is it doesn't necessarily arrive in the way
Mm-hmm.
you envisioned it to arrive. And so you have to be mindful of the way it did arrive and be grateful for that appearance.
Mm-hmm.
And by recognizing that, that's the gift. Things come
Totally.
back to you in ways we don't imagine. And I like the example of, you open the door for another and you hold it. I mean, how many times do you walk through a door and then somebody, like, walks before you and they don't even look back. They just keep going. They don't even hold, and you're like, "Oh, gee,
You're
thanks."
like, thanks, right? You're
You
like,
know?
thanks.
And I know some people that go really loudly, "Thanks." And the person turns
Like,
around, and because people are in their own world, they're in their tunnel vision, and they've got things going on, and that's okay. So when you hold the door open for another person, you can't expect the next person to hold the door open for you. But a week down the road, somebody's going to do something kind for you, and it might not be keeping the door open. It could be something completely different. But
right.
that's the universe's payback.
We love to
Is
do like tallies, right? Like I did
Yeah.
for them, they did, but we don't look beyond that. That's when we live
No.
with those blinders on. Um, you said something and that struck me. Oh, the expectation.
Yeah.
That's that's our downfall. When you had said we expect that next person, because then we just didn't do it unconditionally with love.
Exactly.
Because you said that. I'm looking and Angie says I'm on the second book. That's why I had to bend forward. This is If
Oh, yeah,
Anyone's
yeah.
Looking.
I
This is
started
a
that, but I've kinda
phenomenal book. I went from cover to cover. I actually bought the audio too. And it's hard for me on a hardcover book to write in because I'm like, oh, this is like a gift, but I had to.
it's
So
so
if you're looking,
sacred.
very different from The Secret, the original one.
Yeah.
If you know that one, you know the size of my room, so I can I can go to both sides. I can reach both sides in a second, but it's very different. This is more of on manifesting. This is much, much, much deeper in a good way. Like, not to say
Yeah.
that manifesting is not good, but so if you're looking for a book, Angie, thank you for that one. It's a great book. And so I picked a card to go with your card. This one came out from my first. I have both cards mixed together, both decks mixed together. This is from an Angel for All Seasons, not my second deck. And this is probably one of my favorite cards in there, which is You Shift, They Shift. And two arrows and almost like our little pendulum in there. But
Yeah.
as we shift, this came up big time with my own new coach last week. As you shift, as you change, then the people around you will move with you. We're all interconnected, all
Yeah.
interconnected.
And that really goes perfect with this card about our perception of what is coming up, right?
Mhm.
So if this my camera, stop moving, Michelle,
It's
so
gonna
we
get
can
there.
focus.
It's gonna get there. You're like, I can't reach any further.
Okay, yeah, great. All right. So I'll post it in the news feed so you guys can take a closer look at it. But when you shift your interpretation of your experience before it happens, you can actually shift the outcome of the situation when you arrive.
Absolutely.
And the same goes for when you arrive, you can shift your energy in that situation so that the outcome can be more of what it is that you're looking for.
You
So,
can do that beforehand, and you can do it.
yeah,
I call it real time when you catch yourself. Hi, Jamie. I just see Jamie from Rockaway. I'm looking as I'm going through there. Um, you can catch yourself in real time. I call it in real time, where all of a sudden you're like, oh, we were just talking about, I was like talking about Judgy Jen, right? If you find yourself, you're like, oh, that's where I am. You
yeah.
can change it and
Mhm.
pivot right then. And wow, is it amazing that all of a sudden you find that maybe you were listening to someone you found annoying moments before. And when you realize it was you judging and you shift out of that, you're like, oh, this is just totally them. They're being authentic to themselves. And I was judging. That's just a little story that we were sharing earlier, but it's a big truth, right? And then your whole interpretation of the event or the person or the conversation shifts.
Yeah, because now, and then also what happens when you were saying that, I was thinking when you shift your perception in that conversation through that connection, you can actually hear that person better.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Because then you're hearing with your heart. Before
Yeah.
that, where it was a story about myself personally that I was not, I was hearing with my head and I was judging and I was closing off and I was not receiving. And I was meant to receive. And I kept myself. But how often do we say so and so, that's them, or they did this? I was I was blocking it. And the minute I shifted, I could hear them in my heart.
Yeah. You look through loving eyes.
Mm.
You look through loving eyes. So, all right.
I'm
Who is,
reading as we go through.
yeah, who is ready? Who is ready for a message? Healing messages today through the connection of our oracle cards. I'm going to use my light stream cards because they are new. And even though I have all of the things, all of the decks here, including Jen's, I'm going to stick with these because I'm trying to get to know my cards a little bit better. And the reason I say that is that even though I created them, and I know Jen can attest to this as well, I created them through my angels channel.
Mm-hmm.
So they guided me to discover the pictures that needed to be layered. There's lots of layers throughout both of our decks of cards, and the words to match up with those things. So it's a lot of discovery, and that's what I love about Oracle because it allows us to discover more about ourselves too.
I mean, a year later from my first deck, I'm still discovering meanings through reading for other people, through what's coming through, because we
Yeah.
did not create. We did create the decks and we didn't create the decks. I always have to read the message off of it because it came through so smoothly that was not my words, my thoughts.
Okay.
I'm
So
trying to look. Yeah, I'm trying to see because some of these I can't tell who, but now that I went
no,
back onto
same.
your Oracle page, I can see. Like if I'm on your Oracle page,
All right. You
I
want to
can
be the guide?
see. Yeah, I'm looking. I see Dawn. The first one I see is Dawn said, yes, please.
Okay.
So that was the first one that I'm seeing.
Yeah. So guys, on our actual streaming page, it's showing us your comments, but it's not showing us your names. So if you would like a card pull after Dawn, put your name next to it so we can address you properly.
Yeah, because I can see some of them coming up on the screen here, but they're not. There's no names.
Yeah.
But
Same.
like I see Chrissy Lovelace says me. Angie says me, so I can see it on your page. So we'll
Okay.
start right now with Dawn, and then I can see at least two after.
Okay. What about your page though, too?
They're not showing up the same way on my page. That's why I changed over to your page
Okay.
for whatever reason.
All right. Oh wow, they're really coming in fast. Yikes. Okay. All right. So first we're going to be picking for Dawn. And these are healing messages as we allow Oracle to be the guide. And this one feels good.
And remember, whoever is listening right now, although we're picking this for Dawn, it is for anyone who's sitting there because we're sharing energy and you're like, oh my God, that's so me right now. Then
Yeah,
it is you.
definitely. And also take what you need. Like the whole entire message might not be for you, but there might be a little bit in there that you're like, that strikes a chord. There's a reason it strikes a chord, okay? Because it's meant for you. So allow it to flow. Allow that energy from that message to flow through you. Okay, Dawn. So this is card number 47, and it says, release the walls of lack to allow the embrace of the universe to protect you. So what this is saying, I'm going to try with this hand.
Beautiful.
What this card is saying is that we put up walls of protection as we go through life. Experiences take place where here's a fine example. Yesterday, my granddaughter was on the kayak in the pond and the fountain was turned on. And as she got closer to the fountain, she took refuge. She dove underneath in her kayak so she would be protected because she was afraid. She didn't want to get wet. So don't take refuge on your own. call in the protection of the higher power, call in the protection of the white light, because this allows for more movement around you. If we're in here, there's no place for things to move. If we're outward and we're open to receive, and we call in that protective barrier, we will be more successful in life. Period. Happiness.
I'm smiling because the card that came matches beautifully, which is fear dims, light ignites.
Oh my gosh.
So number 5, and that is massively, yeah, even the colors go beautifully together. I don't know, I can't figure out which way I'm holding it. That is a massive gift. I tried to tell all of my clients that, and sometimes we want to fight it. Like, I'm not afraid of a certain situation. I'm just mad about it, right? When you come down to the blocks, the foundation, the thought either comes from love or it comes from fear. And if it's not a loving thought, and if you're angry, then you can break it down further to what's the fear that's behind it. Is it a fear of not being heard? It is a fear of not being worthy. Is it a fear of losing a person if you speak your mind? Because you're angry, but you didn't say your real thoughts, right? Because you might lose that person as a friend, or what they're going to think of you, right? So it all comes down to, even though we don't recognize it, fear or love. Love is light. There's light everywhere, but fear dims. So where are you living right now in a place where you could choose love over fear? You could choose more light over fear. You could choose to be what Brene Brown calls a soft front, hard back. Hard back, you've got a good spine, but soft front is still vulnerable and being open, versus closing up and keeping people out.
Wow. Beautiful.
Perfect marriage right there.
What a great connection.
Yeah.
Bump.
So the next one I saw was, hold on, because I'm going to go, that I can do this for now, and then we'll see what's on there. Chrissy Lovelace was next.
Okay, my card already popped up. And Dawn, thank you for allowing us to read for you. And I hope that message serves you well. So Chrissy, this is for you. As you think of your light energy, vibration strengthens and rises. So as you think of light, by simply, right now, we're talking about light. You're raising your vibration simply by being here. And the moment you begin to feel that drop, bring in more light. And every time you do that, your vibration will strengthen and rise.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you can see it, but there's a beautiful bird right in the corner here. And it's about flying. All right. So here's what I'm going to ask everybody to do. Chrissy, this is card number 21. Dawn, I don't remember what card number yours was. Write in here what card I chose for you. And when we're done, I'm going to post the card in the feed so you can actually get a closer view and allow yourself to go into the depths of the card, into the pictures, and bring forth more of a message than what Jen and I are doing. Jen and I are starting the message.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to allow you to finish the message
Mm-hmm.
and what it means most for you. So, Chrissy, this is card number 21. And Chrissy already did it. So thank you for doing that. And yes, fall colors. Yes, very much so. But I love there's just like this like aura of lights. And there's mountains and there's water and there's a ship way in the distance. And there's so much. Oh. There's an eye in the corner. I don't think you can see it. Why is this not working?
Because you want it to.
Anyways, there's a beautiful eye up in the corner there. And Chrissy, I know you're good with interpreting cards, so I'm going to allow you to take that one away as Jen reads you her beautiful message.
Well, I feel like there's an eye. And now I have the echo. I feel like there's an I in this. So this one came from my original deck, my first deck with an angel for all seasons. It's green, which is spring, something new, allowing it to a rebirth. So there's four seasons, there's four colors. So this is a beautiful triangle with like, to me, it's the almost, if you want to look at this, it's the back of my card, my second set of cards with that eye, which this almost looks like an eye in the middle, right? When you're looking at
Yeah.
it. So your card, this one is the happiness you seek is on the other side of the wall you've built. The wall is no more than a veil of whispers. Simply lean in and reach through. And so, what this is saying to you in conjunction is that we keep ourselves from our happiness. We love to give away our power. I'm going to talk. I mean, I feel like that's the overlying theme, and that it weaves through everything that we give away our power the minute we say someone else has taken from us or someone else has done this to us. We get to choose at any, and I've been doing this a lot lately, choose, is this important to me? Is this really in my depth? And if it is, then I need to have a conversation. If it is, then I need to lean in and I need to release for me. And if it's not, then I truly need to let go. So they're telling you and reminding you that your happiness is yours and it's as thin as a whisper away. Sometimes it seems thick and far away, but it's not. And the moment, again, with the awareness, that's what Michelle was talking about. The moment you realize that it's yours. You just reach through and take it back again. Like, no, no, thank you. I'll take my power back. I'm not going to allow you to do
I
this to me.
I always tell myself, not today.
Not today.
Not today. No, not today. You're not taking that from me.
Mm-hmm.
I will not allow. And it goes back to that first card with the eagle, right? About the perception, the interpretation of the
Oh,
anticipation.
absolutely.
You
And
know, it
then
all
shift.
goes together.
And you shift, they shift, right? And then you shift, they shift.
I believe this is Chrissy saying, haha, I have been saying all week the calls are coming from inside the house.
Oh, I love
I
that.
like that too.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay, who's
Awesome.
next on our beautiful
I
list?
see Angie next.
Angie is next. Listen, if you guys would like Jen and I to allow the message of spirit to come through for some intuitive healing through oracles, just write your name in the post and say that you would like a card in some loving way, even if it's just simply yes. And we will do our best to get to you.
And that's happening now because, like, after her, Heather wrote card Heather. So that's
Okay,
helpful.
good.
So
Okay.
Angie is next.
Angie, what am I receiving for you today? Card number 27. So be sure to put that in the post. It says, when you become aware of the nothingness around you, you become more aware of everything within you.
Mm.
So we tend to think that there is space in between every event that happens, every next play, ev- there's we think there's just this space. And when we bring our awareness into this space, if you've done my awareness meditation, which is free on my website, by the way, so thank you for that beautiful segue. Um, if you've done the awareness meditation and you begin to realize the energy that is around you, that surrounds you, and you can start to focus on that energy, you just turned nothing into something. And it allows us to see that we have the ability to reshape not only what's within, but also what's around. But the reshaping begins within. And this beautiful goddess on this card is surrounded by a golden blue moon with some forests, and there's a lot of hidden little gems in here.
Mm. Mm-hmm. She almost
So
looks like she's like in a portal.
exactly. And it's the moon. It's the energy of the moon. So pay attention to the moon cycles and be aware of what you're feeling as the new moon begins to rise, as the full moon approaches, as the moon begins to go back down to the cycle. You know, pay attention to that and allow the energy of that to be transformative for you.
Hmm. I have to say 100% because this particular card that pulled, that she pulled, let's put it that way. The full picture has a beautiful full moon in it. It's cropped, so it's not in that, but the energy of that is in this because I know the original picture when I cropped it close. And this is 28, and that was 27, wasn't it?
It was.
That's funny. So this is 28. This is from the new deck. I chose this one. If you saw the reading this morning, I say I chose it. I didn't choose it, but it was chosen this morning too. So this is coming up twice, and this is the third time I'm pulling wolf. So that's it's a big spirit animal right now coming up. Only accept opinions from those who are willing to join you in the arena. They are your worthy opponents. We love, love, love right now in our lives to allow people's opinions that we don't actually like necessarily. And that's true. It's okay to say you don't like someone, but we always want to go there. We'll go there and let their opinions matter to us, even if they're not the first person that we would sit down and break bread with. And so this is the reminder for yourself to be authentic to yourself, to say it's okay. I'm not taking their opinion in. They're not someone I would break bread with. If you're not willing, it's called, like Brene Brown says, the cheap seats. They love to call out, this is what you should have done, right? It's easy to say that when you're watching, but when you're down there in the arena getting marred and getting dirty and a mess, where you're willing to go and be vulnerable, then their opinions are not important to me.
Yeah,
They're not.
don't be an armchair quarterback.
There you go. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's not where you go. So that's what they're bringing up for you, is that choose wisely, be aware, and be aware of what you're allowing, dim your light, put out your flame, because they're not your worthy opponents.
Amen. Oh, Angie says I needed that.
Oh, good.
So thank you. And thank you, Chrissy, too, for allowing us to read for you and to serve in this manner.
Absolutely.
And allow the light of these messages to help you guys heal, bring in some good energy. And I just thought of something that we should have done before we started that we didn't. I haven't gotten into the habit yet of using our new Reiki practice.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah, we
Could
could
have
do
done
it
that together.
now.
Actually, I did put symbols out before we started.
Did you? Oh, good for
Yes.
you.
So
See,
I
I
did.
haven't gotten into the practice yet
As
of
a
doing
whole,
it.
I've been doing it with my coaching too, so I did
Yeah.
even the really hard one. I put that one out.
Yeah.
So that's
Well, thank you for
the
doing
thing.
that, Jen.
So we're covered. We're covered. I did that part. I've
I
been
think
doing it on kids' desks at school. They don't even know it.
Oh, nice.
I've been putting it on their desks and leaving it with them. Yeah.
Beautiful.
So we're
Angie
good.
says, you guys are amazing. You bring positive. Thank you. That is what we're called to do. And that's what we're here to do.
And I couldn't help but say, and you made that happen. See, that's where you're the healer. So you showed up, you
Yes.
asked us for a card, the energy flows, and that's how you're the healer.
That's the connection.
That's the connection. Because you just let everyone else in here have that reading along with you.
Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful.
So Heather was next.
Heather is next. Is this the Heather that we all know is awaiting the arrival of her newest family member?
She's
Okay.
asking, when is he coming? No, I don't like that.
I know, right? I just got chills actually. So I'm connecting to Heather's energy. All right, let's see what we got. The door you seek is opened. Walk through at any moment.
Why do I find that funny?
Because you know what's happening is that her anticipation, right? Let's go back to the eagle card in the beginning. The anticipation of this arrival, which if you've ever given birth, you all know the anticipation of 9 months. You're like, okay, can we just do this already? Like, I'm excited, but let's just do this. Let's release control of that, Heather. Let's release the control and the knowing that baby will come when baby is ready, and just bask in the last few hours or days of being able to carry this child with you. Let's be grateful for this sacred time as you are continuing to cradle this child and allow it to grow and to nourish its soul within you. Let's focus on that instead of focusing on the outward that we have no control over.
Mhm.
And the card is number 11. So have you not been seeing 11 all week? I believe in your posts, you've been posting angel numbers.
Yeah.
That is one of the biggest angel numbers is number 11. And you're surrounded by the ocean and the beautiful water, and water is a conduit for connection. So allow the water around your area where you live, I don't want to announce it on Facebook, to be that conduit for a greater connection. So she says, yes, I have shifted my energy to gratitude. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Absolutely. And so your tandem card, we'll call it, is this again, this is the second card of that 4-card reading I did. It
That
came up
came up
again.
again.
And so this is a beautiful one. It's imagination is the beginning of all creation. And going along with, oh, I'm just totally animated right now. Going along, because I was like, what do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you want? Tell me more. Give me more for her. You imagined this soul into being. I know what it took. I know the work you did. I know the team that you called in. And he is speaking with you right now. And stay in that peace. Stay in, yes, the gratitude. Stay in the magnificence of how this came to be. You know, I know at the end, she's like, you just done is done. You just went done. But stay in that moment. Stay in, because there'll never be this moment again. As Michelle was saying, there'll never be that moment where you are united as one, as one. You know, your baby is living and breathing in a way that will never happen again. Living in water, living in the essence of life that will never exist. This is what they're showing me again. And so just revel in that, in the miracle of how this is happening. You know, we do every day, we have gratitude, but in this moment, in your discomfort, in all the things that you're tired and you're achy and all that, just go and lean into this is magnificent. How can this be? And remember that in the moments where you feel struggle, to truly understand the miracle of how what's happening at this very moment, that you are a piece of this unbelievable miracle. We don't ever live in water again. We can never breathe liquid into our lungs and be alive, right? It is unimaginable, but it is.
Just walk through that door.
Yeah, it's deep. Like, I'm actually taking this in as wow. Like
Same.
the depth of that message, the depth
Mhm.
of living that miracle. Oh my God, we never will be there again. So don't ever think that something is your imagination. Who could ever imagine that?
Yeah.
That someone could breathe in liquid, right, in this world and live and be nourished. So
Sending
thank,
you lots of love
yeah, sending
tonight,
you love and
Heather.
thank you. And thank you for that message, because I'm taking a piece of it with me.
Same here. I hope
Uh,
everybody got something
yeah.
from that, because that was very powerful. Very powerful.
Candace says she switched pages. I don't think you can see us on Jen's page. I can't. So that's why I'm on the Oracle page too. Jennifer is next.
Okay, Jennifer.
And thank you for letting us know, Candace. You're welcome, Dawn. She says thank you. Oh, we saw the call. Okay, so I'm getting caught up. So Jennifer is next.
Jennifer is next. All right. The eagle card. Dum, ba-da-dum.
Oh my God.
This is the topic for today. This is really blurry. There we
Oh,
go.
came in. Yep.
There we go. Okay. So be sure to write in the comments that this is card 30, and I will share that card with you sometime today when I get back onto Facebook. You create your interpretation of each experience before, during, and after it occurs. Just in case you weren't with us in the beginning, as a beautiful reminder. And So what I'm seeing in this picture, I'm looking more at the picture this time instead of the words, so we can take this card and the healing a little bit deeper. The beautiful light stream is coming out of the beak of his nose, and the eagle's eyes are right here and looking downward. And this light is reaching out into growth. There's grass. As the light is kind of hitting the grass like rain and allowing the earth to be nourished, to feed the soul for greater growth. And so, really, honestly, in all spiritual practice, if you can do this and this alone, you can create an amazing shift within your life. You create your interpretation of each experience before, during, and after it occurs. It's about the awareness of how you are creating your own life. We are our greatest creators. We are our greatest healers. Where there's a will, there's a way, is what they're telling me. We don't have to sludge through the trenches. We can tiptoe through the tulips. I can't believe that just came out of my mouth. But that's what they're telling me. It doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be difficult. The road can begin to smooth out. It can begin to glide by bringing in the light and sprinkling it upon everything that you touch.
Beautiful. I love all those layers. The cards, if you don't have the cards, you need her new cards. They are gorgeous. It's like I keep wanting to take them out as you're having them. Like, no, I'll let her read them because I'll
You
shuffle
can
mine over
read
here.
my cards. I'm more than I
Like,
like
so
I like
beautiful.
the marriage of the two
Yes,
decks though, because I think it just takes the messages to that next
the
level.
next place. Well, it's funny
Mhm.
because when this came up first, I started questioning myself. I'm like, that doesn't match. This is beautiful eagle and it's flying. I'm like, no, there's got to be a better card. I know
Right.
better. I put two more cards. I'm like, no, it was the first card. Because that's how it goes. So if you guys have cards, does that happen too? You're like, no, this is
Yeah.
not like
Oh, yeah.
maybe. There's got to be a better one.
You
I don't
know,
really
that's
want this.
not
Yeah.
I'll
So
never
this,
forget at your retreat, I picked a card and I was like, I don't want to hear that right now. Like, no, that's not what I'm here for. And then I was like, oh yeah, I called that in. Yeah,
I
that was
remember
all
that.
me. That was all me.
You're like, okay, fine. Well, you, Jennifer, have picked the final card in the deck. So card number 52, which has many sprinkles of light all the way through that. So I have to turn it so you can see it. And this one is write a new ending on each new page of your life. Surprise yourself. That second line is really, really important in here. And I'm actually just getting to understand the depth of that second line. I got the first message is that we can choose at any moment. We talk about real time to shift a mood, to shift a thought process, to pivot out of something and create something new. But the next piece is what I'm receiving for you is really important. Surprise yourself. And what they're saying is get comfortably uncomfortable, which is another one of my cards, and step out of your comfort zone. Surprise yourself. Don't choose what you normally would have done. Don't repeat a theme that you've been in. And if you hear, I can't do that, that's not for me, that's the direction that you need to go. So pay attention to the part where you're saying no in your own mind. That will never work out. That can't, whatever that negative feeling, they're saying shift in that direction, go directly, don't pass go, whatever that game is. And you're like, go directly in the direction that you're like, oh, that would never work. I don't know how that would work. The how is not important. Surprise yourself. Have it look entirely different because you're not going to just surprise yourself. You're going to surprise those around you. And if you're here earlier, the card, you shift, they shift, everything will move in accordance. So you get the power at all times to bring that light in more. Those beautiful light streams and from our eagle. And the eagle to me is that soaring, right? Is
Yeah,
that
that fly.
soaring, that
I
flying. I've seen
agree.
so many hawks lately and just that majestic,
Same.
the eagle, right? Is that majestic. I can see that breast out just, of the bird, standing so proud and surprise yourself.
Yeah. Beautiful message, Jen. I love
Thank
how they
you.
tied together. You had said something, and I wanted to elaborate a little more on that. And of course, it It flew.
It flew.
It flew. Not so
Well,
it's not important. All right, so who's next?
I don't know. Now I'm seeing this. What's on here? Grateful for the moments. See, I don't have names on here. Oh wait, I see on here. Brenda says she would love a reading. So Brenda is what I'm
Brenda.
seeing next. I kind of lost, but I don't see anyone after that. But I see Brenda on here on the computer. So we'll do that.
Okay. So if you are watching us live and you would like Jen and I to read a message, we do have about 10, 20 minutes. I don't know. We can, go. I'm really surprised we're getting to everybody.
I know.
So let's do a message for Brenda. And don't forget, if I choose a card for you.
And then Candace says me. I see Candace.
Okay.
I can see that.
I see. Hello. Morning. Hello.
Hi, Yvette.
Hello.
I see Yvette and
Oh,
Laura.
Yvette joined us. Yay. Hi, Yvette. All right.
2 weekends we get to spend together.
I know, right? Okay. So this is for Brenda. This is card number 6. And it says, you can inflate the shape of your light with a positive mindset. You can deflate it with the negativity of the outside world. How many of us have allowed this to happen? And if you don't say you, then you're lying to yourself, because we allow outside factors to guide our way, when the only person that can really guide us is ourselves and spirit. And so if we're paying attention to all the chatter that's happening around us, are we going where it is we need to go? And that's why it doesn't feel right sometimes. That's why it feels hard, because we're allowing outside influences to be our guide instead of our inside source to lead the way.
Absolutely. And they, to add on, what I'm getting clearly is that those outside influences are just activating our own ego fears.
Yeah.
So they're the mirror, and again, where we talk about taking back power, just keep saying, I'm going to say, keep taking back our power. Because when it looks like, how dare they were just the mirror of those yappity yaps that we got going on inside that will keep us closed and shut us down. So by recognizing that they're not a person that you need to hate, it's that voice within that they're reflecting, like, oh, okay, give it a hug. And then go back to that beautiful message that Michelle was saying, the truth.
Yeah, there's so many naysayers out there. Especially once you step into the spiritual world and spiritual practice, you're going to see people start, and you know what? Right back. You stay in your lane, you do your thing, because you are stepping into your truth. And the more you live in that truth, the stronger you become. And that noise doesn't even bother you, or you may not even hear it anymore. That's the beauty.
When you shifted your radio station, didn't even hear it.
You just don't even hear it anymore. Brenda says, this is so true. I've been working on that lately. It's hard for sure. Yes, Jen, I do get activated for sure.
That's where you can give gratitude. That's when you're like, oh, I didn't know I did that for a very long time. And even now I have to remind myself when I'm getting aggravated, like, how dare you? Oh, that's me.
Yeah.
That's me. How dare me? Oh, I gotcha. Oh, I thought that part was done. Oh, we're not? Okay. You don't get mad at yourself. You just become aware.
You catch it.
Aware. Yeah, you catch it. You're like, oh, okay. So you're just a reflection of me. Yeah. You're just a reflection of those little pieces that we're still healing. What are we talking about this whole time, right?
Yeah.
Healing.
Yeah, you catch it, you give it forgiveness, and you flip that energy. You transform that energy from that feeling of whatever it was to love. You just bring that light, that love right to that specific moment, and then go on. Don't dwell on it.
Absolutely. And that's where you can give gratitude for the other person for what they helped you see.
And you might catch yourself after the fact. You might be like, oh, I shouldn't have acted that way. I shouldn't have said that way. I shouldn't have reacted in that manner. And it's like, okay, I see it. I appreciate it. I'm recognizing it. Now I'm going to release it and let it go. Just let it go and do better the next time.
Absolutely. And what we learned last week that I was just blown away, I can send Reiki to something I already did to help release what I'm feeling about that. That blew my mind. I was like, "Ooh, I'm gonna be doing that one. I'm
Yeah.
definitely gonna be doing that." Yeah. And so, yeah. So, yeah, it was more like, so Brenda, you're accompanying, your tandem card is number 14. Um, and that's this beautiful little girl heading up to the moon. Moon is big today for a lot of our cards.
Yeah.
You will feel complete when you step into your role completely. Look to the stars to lead the way. So this is very much, yeah, you can even, the color is nice. This is very much an authentic message that when you step into your truth, I say that all the time, but I don't throw it around lightly, what you truly think, who you truly are. And it doesn't mean your career, and it doesn't mean your profession. It means your belief systems, your knowing, your channeling, your receiving, all of it. When you lean into that. And so that's what they mean by the stars. They mean the heavens. They mean however you want to, like, maybe like, what am I going to do with the stars? They're talking about celestial. They're talking about beyond you, within you, beyond you, right? That higher self connection. And when you allow that to flow in, is when you feel more comfortable in your skin. When
Yeah.
we're trying to choose to be someone for the sake of someone else, it's the best place to feel anxiety.
Yeah. It's that recognition, and that's the ability to reshape that light. It's recognizing where we're at and how can we reshape that.
And that's healing at its
That is
finest.
healing. And that is an ongoing process. It's
Mhm.
continual. And the more you do it, the greater expansion that takes place. And there is a beautiful owl in this picture as well.
Ooh.
Very faint, but his wings are
Do I see it?
full and ready to soar and flying over you. And I love the beautiful protection of the white light that
Mhm.
is around the person standing in this picture.
And is that another portal?
Exactly.
Love them.
It's about stepping into that next phase. Elevate your essence and allow yourself to fly freely.
Absolutely.
Ah,
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you
Brenda,
for letting
thank
us receive
you.
that. Yes,
Thank
thank you,
you.
Brenda. I think our next one I see is on my phone, anyways, Candace. Strange. Some are
Okay.
showing up here, some are showing up here. I don't know if
Yeah, I was
anyone,
trying to look on my phone too, and it like causes anxiety.
I'm able to kind of just go down. So that's good in there. So Candace is next. And then Yvette is after that.
Okay. Yes. Oh, I'm see everybody's now. I was like in the Miracle Minded group.
As you see, because I got
I
out of
could
my
see
Miracle
people.
Minded group because I wasn't seeing anything in there. Oh, wait, now I see.
Yeah, I was seeing people.
Oh, strange. Okay, now I
All
see.
right, so
Now,
you stay in Miracle Minded. I'll stay in the Oracle for guidance.
okay.
And
Oh,
this
yeah.
is
No, I'm not really seeing it in my, just
no?
Brenda. I think they have to be a part of my group, maybe. No, because Heather's wasn't even showing up. I don't know. All I know is it's Candace and then Yvette.
Okay. Yeah. Another technical thing we're just
We'll
gonna have
figure it out.
to figure out.
We'll give gratitude the fact that it's working as well as it is.
Happy Navy anniversary or how did you say that for Candace?
Oh, Navy-versary. Navy-versary.
Navy-versary. How exciting.
Yeah.
And thank you for your service. Okay, Candace, you are a star in the sky filled with love and magnificent. This is card number 50.
Oh, look at that.
Let's
Powerhouse card.
come on, camera. Let's go. All right. Card number 50. Be sure to put this in the feed so I can share it so you can see all the goodies that are deep within. Um, I've actually picked this card like 3 times this week for myself.
I just put the third one of the 4-card pull that I put out there this morning. I wanted to put it back. I'm like, no. I'm like, yeah, okay, fine. I get it.
So there's wings in here. There's stars. You're a star seed is the message that I just received. Candace,
Yes, yes, she
my
is.
darling, you are a star seed. And if you're not sure what that is, go ahead and look it up. And you're going to be going, check, check, check,
She's
check.
just coming into all her beautiful gifts and embracing them.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And the reason I can see this is because of the eyes in this beautiful. this beautiful star in the sky. That's what you are. You are the sky. Jen's the ocean, I'm the fire, and I'm receiving, you're the sky. You, oh, I've never heard that one before. I'm gonna have to like really dive into that. But there's also another portal down here in the bottom above the number.
Mm.
I don't know if you can see it. I got to get my face out of the way. Because I think it's trying to focus on my face. I mean, so much for good technology, right? Like it's a beautiful camera and it's not doing diddly squat. Um, do people say that anymore?
I do. That's why we fit so well together. I say, my
I
kids
have
at
the
school have no idea what
quirkiest
I'm saying
things
half
that
the
I'm
time.
saying.
Yeah. No, I do
So
too.
this portal, what it's telling me is for you, because there's an ocean in here. This is about riding the wave and allowing the waves of that ocean, because you are the sky and you are the ocean and you are everything around you. We are one and we are connected to everything. And when we begin to identify with this and allow this to be our identity, not all the other things, not all the other labels, not all the experiences, when we allow our oneness to be our true identity, this is when the magic is going to happen. This is when incredible things are just going to come your way. This is when recognition of your authentic self is going to fully transpire. And you're going to fly. You're going to fly in the sky. I don't know, fly. I know I have my retreat coming up, Fly, and my new book is, I'm not going to announce the title yet, but I've never said fly so many times. Like the energy of everybody coming into the group today is really beautiful. It's really magnificent. And I feel like this card is for the entire group. I really do. Because I have to say, my angels are saying to say to everybody here that they are so proud of you for coming here today to bring more to your healing journey, because that's what we're brought here to do. We are
And for
brought
what
here.
I'm hearing right now is that for every person who heals themselves, you are healing someone else too. You're
Absolutely.
not healing alone. And I'm
This is,
almost feeling like it's double, triple, like
it is.
the one healing is creating a collective healing of pockets, which are all connected.
Yeah. And you're going to heal the world. By healing ourselves, we heal the world. My saying is, it's not about the me, it's about the we.
Mhm.
So even though I'm getting healed in the process of doing messages for all of you, it's not about me at all. All the work that I do, it's not about me. It's about you. And then it's about all the yous that are connected to you and connected to them and connected to them and connected to them. That's
So
what the
true.
connection is fully about. That's what our get-togethers is fully about. Allowing the healing to transpire to make this world a better place.
Beautiful. And beautiful because the truth is if we can reach through that thin veil, that card that I pulled earlier, then we'll understand that there is no me. It is always a we. That's
Yeah,
the thing. When we mentally think that there's me and you, then we have seen ourselves as separate. And if we can understand it's okay to be me and take care of you as a me, because the we is the me, right? It's not just one.
yeah,
That's the beauty. Totally beautiful. And she had a jumper, so I actually have two. So Candace, you got a three. That's why if you saw me go down, it was to pick up one. And I was like, okay. So, and I said earlier, she's the third card that I pulled today of that 4-card pull, which is crazy, which is winter, sitting in it, marinating in it. I know we don't like that word that much anymore, but really sitting in that card, which is each day you step into remembering the truth. You are love. And that's what heals. So how beautiful. And this is an animal that I see as alone and as a collective. It's one and both, right? They
yeah,
live in packs, they travel in packs, but they can travel alone and they can do their job. It's both. So that's the beauty of this very two-sided piece, this animal. for you, and that your truth is love. And I know that that's where Candace is right now. She's returning to that place. She's doing all the healing. She finished Reiki 1 and 2 recently. She's also on a very big healing path. She's a nurse. So thank you for your service on many ways, right?
Yeah.
Many, many. And your other one that you pulled is actually, this is the jumper when I had to go down. That's the back of the, if you have this, if you don't, you see it's on the box, which is bold, beautiful, bountiful. Live life in the authentic splendor of you. And so you is me and me is you. So when we do that, it is a powerhouse. There's your fire, Michelle. That she's walking into that. She is the fire and the
She
sky and the water and the flow of the water of this dress. She is all that. And so is
You
everyone
know
else.
what I'm hearing is easy breezy, beautiful cover girl.
Yeah. I love that commercial. That's an old one. We're dating ourselves there.
That's the quirkiness of my angels, y'all.
There's the Claire audience, right? You're like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
I'll just sing that
I'll
song to
just
them.
say it. I am the vessel. It just blah, comes out of my mouth. So, Candace, thank you for allowing us to serve you in this manner and send you intuitive healing messages. Okay, so I think
Yvette I think it's going to be our last one because we've hit our end, and she's good right now. And I think
okay.
that's perfect too. And she says such a beautiful and emotional message. Healing ourselves heals the world.
Yeah.
So what a perfect. You're going to close us. You're going to close us.
Awesome. Unless there's somebody else watching, speak now or forever hold your peace. We are actually at a complete hour.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we will call it good on this.
Yeah. And it just seems so perfect because Yvette gave that beautiful message, and she was the last one to come up, and we've hit that out. 12-12. Here's my numbers, 12-12.
12-12. All right, Yvette, this message is for you. Dreams are visions visible in the now.
Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Is that a unicorn?
It is. Is it clear?
Yeah.
I'm afraid to move my head. Is it clear?
He's like holding up the cross. That's what it looked like. I was like, what is she doing?
So this is card number 36, Yvette. So make sure you put it in the post so I can share the card with you. But this card is actually part of the Oracle Chronicles for the monthly soul forecast message that is on YouTube right now for all of you. I believe I shared the link in my post, an Oracle card for guidance, and I will also share it in the Miracle Minded group. It's a 3-card spread that I shared the new Soul Lucian card spread with all of you guys. It's about recognition, acceptance, and release. And each card represents one of those. I believe this was actually the recognition card. So I really took this to a whole nother level on the YouTube Oracle Chronicles show, or whatever you want to call it, webcast. I don't know what they call these things, whatever. It's a recording. But let me read for you, Yvette. I'm sorry, I'm babbling. So dreams are visions visible in the now. And what this means is that when we can move past the present, the past,
into the present.
When we can move past the past through acceptance into the present, and we allow ourselves to start bringing more things into our lives, we realize that the present is the now. Right now is the future, and now is the future, and now is the future, and now is the future. So we're living in the future right now. And so if we have dreams and we can visualize this dream and we can see ourselves as if we are already there, then we're already there. That was pretty deep.
I was holding on to that for a second. I'm like, okay.
Me too. I was like, where do I go with this? And they're like, no, you don't go no more.
because it's quantum physics. We're living everywhere. We're living everywhere at once. When we remember, we're living in the past again. And when we think of it and dream it, it's already future, which is now.
Yeah. Really, the past is now too.
It is because we bring it right back. Yeah.
But the difficulty with the past is we tend to stay there.
Yes.
And so bringing our visions into the future, into the now, allows us to move past that and leave it as the past, because there are certain things that we don't want to keep reliving.
Mm.
We want to shift them. We want to change them. We want to allow them to transform so that our now is the best that it can possibly be by bringing that dream into a vision. And there's so many different ways to do that. That's a whole nother class, how to bring your dream into a vision and allow that vision to manifest, right? And the unicorn here is just about the magic of allowing that to happen.
Wait till you see the card that came for her.
And allowing is the key word. And you know what? Oh my gosh, look what's sitting on top.
That fly.
This is the rumble of emotion. Fly high, fly free, love deeply. So you just got a twofer.
Put yours back up again so I can when I show what came out. And this was a jump, like it went to jump.
Oh my goodness, look at that. And then that's the Reiki hands too, right? The healing hands.
Yep. And do you remember one of the things I had was like last week was the dandelion in this. I said I couldn't understand. It was a dandelion in this. That's what it looked like. It was in this floating. It was like a water bubble that was floating.
I remember that.
So I really feel like we're like pulling back that energy.
Last week. Yeah.
And so this is number 3. Both the feminine and masculine energy are a powerful blend when balanced. Use it to create magic. And magic is real.
And what did I just say? Magic?
Right. That's why I was like, oh my God. I'm like, don't talk. Don't talk. It's not your time, Jen. Don't talk. But like, I'm over here going, oh my God. Wait till you see the mix. When do you see the beauty of it? This one's a beautiful reminder. I have to remind myself of that a lot. I have to remind myself of it in relationships, in my voice, in connections I have with people, because we're both the feminine and masculine. We're both. And so I tend to forget that sometimes, that I need to look at what do I need to balance out, which one's coming out a little bit more, which one do I need to pull back, how do I need to balance myself? We talk about balance all the time, but this is specifically talking about the masculine, the feminine, divine energy within us. And that's the key sometimes, is just our balance, our alkaline. I think about what they're showing me is we used to have a pool when I was growing up, and my dad going out there every day and putting little things in there and the little water and seeing the colors and matching it, right? And balancing it, because that's what made the water clear. That's what made it good for swimming. That's what made it, and when you don't balance, think of it that way. Think of it when we're not working out balancing that's what they're showing me, this murky water. Water is wonderful, but not always. It's not something you want to swim in. You want to get rid of that bathtub after you've done that soak, right? So if it's not balanced, not crystal, it's not, your wings aren't going to be there, just like you were showing, to fly, that levity, those hands, and that magic in there, that masculine and feminine. So they're saying, look at the balance for all of us. For me too, it's always a message for me, right? Coming through the balance of the masculine and the feminine together, because when they're balanced, that's when the magic happens.
Yeah. I love the beautiful light that's on top of that.
Yeah, it's like, right. And I didn't add that one. That one actually, how I always do a light source.
Yeah.
And there's 2, because if you see it, it's on the hands here, it's on the inside, and it's on the outside. So it's all the way through. It's almost like it came all the way through that.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
So I felt they matched beautifully. I was like, of course it jumped out. Of course it jumped out.
Yes, LJ, we are seeing this. So we had some hoppers come from the other group over to the Chronicles here, and they want to know if we're seeing this. And she says, guess we've been saying hi, but on the wrong page.
Yeah, we've got to figure that out. I don't know what's happening. Like, it wasn't showing up.
We're using StreamYard for the first time because we ditched our other program because it was giving us difficulty. So, and Jennifer, hello, Jennifer. I'm so glad you're watching. Love how we can all learn from each other's messages. Absolutely. There is something in each one of these messages for everybody to take away. And you know what? Let's go ahead and pick for LJ. She asked if we would pick a card, and then we'll end the cast for this week. I'm just kind of looking through. I want to make sure.
I went over just now and I saw her now in Miracle Minded, but for some reason nobody else is really. I think it was Maria and she and Yeah. Laura says, I was all over the place. We
I
are
see
too.
that. That's popping in now. Yeah.
I don't know.
Um,
We got to figure this out because I'm like, I don't understand.
I think what we have to do is, I thought I shared the link over there for the StreamYard for people to click on, and it will allow their names to pop up in here. So we're just going to have to do a better job of reminding people to do that StreamYard link. And I think you only have to do it once. I think once you do it, your name will always pop up when we go on StreamYard.
Yvette says, love the reading and so excited about it. Oh, thank you for sharing
Aw,
that energy
thank
back with us.
you. Thank you. Thank you. Magic happening for you. Okay, so this message is for LJ. Let us see. There's one that pops out. When you see the beauty that surrounds you, it reflects your beauty within. And there's another
Ooh,
portal.
got gorgeous portals.
So this stepping into the harmony of your soul's light, stepping into the beauty that you already have and recognizing it for everything that it is. That's your missing link. The confidence in who you are and the spiritual attributes that you are holding back from allowing yourself to share with the world. Allow yourself to share more. Go more. Go one more step. And each day, one more step, one more step, one more step through the portal of light to transpire.
There you go. I see it now. And
This is,
surprise yourself, right? Like that other one.
yeah,
I'm hearing that line again. Surprise yourself in what
yeah.
you might not have done before. Like I'm hearing that last line is coming over right over to your card. Like that ending of the book one that was open. Surprise yourself in that one more.
If you guys were following me 5 years ago when I started doing all of this, matter of fact, I put down all my old YouTube videos because they were so hideous, but they were good in that moment. It was me stepping out of that comfort zone. It was
Mm.
me at the dress rehearsal,
Mm.
practicing my craft, practicing my craft. So if you're hesitating, and I'm not just talking to LJ, I'm talking to all of you guys, whatever it is that you're doing in life, if there's hesitation, just know that failure is a step to success. Failure is not a failure. It's a success because you tried. So the trying and the practicing is just you getting to the day of the show, whenever that show may be. And you're just continuing, is that a word?
It is
Continuing
now.
to practice what it is you're supposed to be doing, which is constantly changing, by the way.
Yes.
And I'm going to speak for myself because I have some new amazing things that are coming to fruition, and I don't know when they're going to be coming, but they're working. They're in
You're
the vortex.
rising.
They're rising. There's really some amazing new opportunities that I'm going to be offering. But this isn't about the me. This is about the we. So LJ, I hope that message serves you well.
It was a beautiful message. And your LJ, we're going to round out. I was called to look up the angel numbers. Sometimes I was looking them up as we were going through them, and wasn't called to share certain ones. This one I am. And so your card is 43, and it's this beautiful, almost looks like a pirate ship up in the air. Another moon, right? A crescent moon
Yeah.
up there with this candelabra. I think that reminds me of light in the front, light in the back. Reminds me of what was that? That play, but they would have the mask over. I can't think of it right now with the
Oh, yeah.
candelabra. I don't
Phantom of
know.
the Opera.
Yeah, I don't know why that's coming up through the feeling right now.
Because of
I have no.
the masks that we
Ooh,
wear
there we go.
without
Because I'm like,
peeling off.
yes, there we go. Because I'm like, I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it. Why? Okay, thank you. Because I couldn't even get there. I'm like, the candelabra is taking me there. So removing the masks. Yeah. Oh my God. Absolutely through your portal. That makes total sense. Rest yourself. Do not fight the current. Put down your oars and float along life's surface. this is coming with a very specific rest. Sometimes I pull this and I'll talk to a client about what does that mean for you? Do you need salt bath? Do you need to take off work? This is talking specific meditation and calling in. And this is why I'm going to read you what 43 pulled up in here, which is, and this is for everyone too, both the angels and the ascended masters, such as Jesus, Kuan Yin, or a saint, are helping you right now. Spend time connecting with them in quiet meditation and be calmed by the reassuring presence, which tells you that everything is fine. That's why I had to read this one, because what was coming up immediately was meditation for this. And now that makes sense. So that's why I'm sharing. In your numbers, you can interpret any way. That doesn't mean it's the end all, but I felt it was very connected. So in this rest, it means don't do this alone. Don't do this alone. They're not saying that. They never say don't, but they're saying remember. Really, what they're saying is remember us, pull us in. I'm saying don't do it, but they're saying remember us, pull us in. And meditation right now for you, top priority daily. It doesn't matter if it's 10 minutes, but I can hear it strongly. Big, big, big for you.
Yeah. Remember you're not alone. How's that?
Yeah, remember you're not alone, and let yourself float. Let them be the clouds. Let them be the, put down your oars. That's what this message is. Like, when you're fighting against the current, like I'm seeing at the Cape, you're trying to go, when we're going, it depends on which way that the water's coming, don't just float. They'll lift you. But call them, let them know that they are invited.
Hold that card up again. LJ, doesn't this card remind you of the energy rendition digital reading that I did for you, and how you were surrounded by those purple and pink clouds?
Ooh.
Yeah. Like as soon as I saw that, I saw your face in the picture that I used for that digital reading. And
Wow.
yeah. So you are the oracle. You are all of you. All of you
Yes.
are the oracle.
Yep.
We are all connected to spirit. We all have the ability to receive messages. We all have the ability to reach out and give others messages. And that's the beauty of the oracle. The oracle cards allow us to tap into our own oracle, our own communication, our own connection. And for that, I thank you all for being here this month. May you have a beautiful May. May spring put some extra pep in your step, especially in the Northeast. Yesterday, I woke up to snow on the ground and it was May 1st. And I'm like, it's okay. It's
Oh
okay.
my
I had my winter coat on, but it was pink. Like, so it was springy. It was a springy winter coat. I don't even know where I was going. I've lost my marbles.
Well, we see it's a lot of energy, like in this last hour. But yeah,
Yeah.
we're what we wanted you to walk away with today is to remember that you're the healer. You're the
Yes.
greatest healer in your life. And do all the things that you need to do. See the doctors, see the coaches, there's not one over the other. It's not like, oh, I must do this, not do this. You're a compilation of all of that. Okay, you are the healer. We brought to you what you called in us. So that's the reason why we're here.
Yeah.
We even like to think, oh, this is what we're bringing to people. But you all had that power of creating the space for us to say, oh, I think this would be a good idea.
Yeah. Speaking of, let us know how you guys like the new format.
Yeah.
If you like receiving the messages, if you feel like you've got more, if you received more from what we did today, because we're still trying to find our way with how this is going to best serve the world. And your feedback is much appreciated. So
Absolutely. Thank you.
thank you. Thank you. Have a
Thank you.
beautiful month. We'll see you in the groups.
See you in June.
Yes.
See you in June. Have
Okay.
a great week.
Bye.
Bye.